I knew this was gonna happen. Hey y'all, my name's Khalid Rivera. And it seems like this whole vaccine mandate going on in Hollywood and in the entertainment industry is causing more of a divide, more drama, and we may lose more workers because of it. So the National File came out with a recent article, and I just thought it was extremely interesting. Let's dive right into the headline. All right, it says here exclusive Hollywood crew members reject vaccine mandates, plan to rebel against Biden connected union leadership. Hollywood may lose a bunch of its workers. Now, when I see something like that, I get nervous right away that I'm like, oh my God, there can be another strike. I know right now the current agreement is supposed to be up for renewal on September 30th. What's going to happen after that if we don't come to an agreement? I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot of problems. But let's continue with this article. So it says here Hollywood crew members are planning to rebel against leadership of the IATSE, which is the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, if the union leaders do not stand against all vaccine mandates, according to a letter circulated to union members that has been obtained by National File. The anti-force vaccine crew members are planning to hold up contract negotiations and to vote against current IATSE leadership in all future elections if the leaders promote the atrocity of vaccine mandates. This is my concern. When they're talking here about not holding up the contract negotiations, again, like I was saying before, now there's going to be a delay on things, which could lead for a longer time of renegotiating things, pausing on agreements, kind of being left in limbo, with productions, what to do next. And this can lead to another strike. I mean, it's not the first time that the unions have been on some sort of strike. This can be a real problem, and this can be a problem where a lot of people can end up quitting, a lot of crew members. If we don't have enough crew members, we're pretty much screwed. But let's dive into this even more. Let's see what they're planning and the necessary steps. So it says here, our source tells us there is an anonymous letter circulating amongst Hollywood IATSE crews via text message. Seems Hollywood union crew members are fed up with their leadership and are now organizing against their unions. They are angry about the mandates. Hollywood may lose a bunch of its workers. Okay, now here's my whole thing. I remember that SAG-AFTRA, along with other unions, including the IATSE union, they all agreed and came to a negotiation that they allowed producers, employers, to give permission to allow to have mandatory vaccinations on their sets. So, I'm sure the union members, they had something to do with the, votings and everything, and their leaders as well. But if your union members were not in agreement with it, then why did you vote to allow that agreement to pass in the contract negotiations? Also, I'm sure the union is aware and the members are aware that they knew this agreement was going to be put in place. I mean, yes, I know the current, return to work safety protocol agreements are up for renegotiation on September 30th. But if you never wanted the vaccine mandates on set, then the union leaders and the crew members should have voted against that from the beginning. You can't say that you want something now and then backtrack. Anyways, I'm really curious to know about this whole letter that's being circulated. All right, let's dive into the letter. It says here, if a contract is presented without these two essential provisions, we will also be voting against all current leadership in every future election if they promote this atrocity. Wow, they keep using that word atrocity a lot. All right, let's continue. To us, that would be an inexcusable betrayal of the responsibility of representation, something that could not be forgotten or forgiven. It seems like they're going to end up going on strike. They're going to quit. It's like they're giving them no room for to come to a common ground. No room for agreements or negotiations of any kind. It's either this way or no way or we walk out. All right, let's dive into this letter even more. All right. Does IATSE really want to open itself up legally to liability for future lawsuits? Now, I could imagine this must be the letter that, the members they wrote, and I guess they're sending it to their union leaders. All right, let's continue. The risk of this is real and would bankrupt the union along with all of our pension accounts. We are worried that the union is already at liability risk with the recent RTW, which is the Return to Work Agreement, and suggest it be retracted immediately with all references to vaccine mandates removed. Okay, now I don't know much about the whole pension thing. How would forced vaccinations or mandatory vaccination, however you want to put it, how that would affect pensions? So that it's quite interesting that they brought that up, and I'm wondering like how that would affect in regards to pensions. If anybody knows more about that, please comment, let me know, or message me because I'm really curious to know about that. Again, why did the union leaders and the members then agree to allow for the recent return to work protocols to have the options that employers could implement a vaccine mandate for their sets? If you didn't want it from the beginning, you should have never put it in the agreement, period. You should have never brought it up. Now it's kind of a little bit too late. You can't say that you want something and backtrack. Will it change? I'm not quite sure. We'll know after September 30th. Now, here's the really interesting part of the letter. To that end, the following two items are required to earn a yes vote from all of us. Complete rejection of any and all vaccine mandates, complete rejection of any and all vaccine status inquiries by employer. Parentheses, note, this specifically includes complete rejection of any visible marking of crew members with colored stickers or similar, incredibly violating. Okay, now I did hear about, because I saw like Deadline, they had a recent article talking about that now on sets, people are supposed to either wear a wristband or some sort of sticker or something to identify who is vaccinated and who's not. I think that's such an invasion of privacy. I totally disagree with that because if testings are going on all the time, right? We're being tested regardless of your vaccination status. And if you have a vaccine mandate on your set, and I'm aware that they are allowing medical exemptions and religious exemptions, very few, and it depends, the producers can grant that. Then if everybody is vaccinated and or testing as well, why do we need to have all these stickers on us to let us know, oh, you have a medical exemption or you have a religious exemption, you're vaccinated, you're not vaccinated? I think that's, it's an extreme violation. And honestly, it's kind of eerie to what's happened historically before. Hello, the yellow star. Hello, need I say more about that? I don't think that's a great idea. I don't think that would end well at all. Definitely, I think COVID testings should happen all the time, frequently, regardless of vaccination status, because we know, yes, there are risks for unvaccinated people, and there's also risk for vaccinated people with breakthrough cases. Now, employers, production companies, they have the right to decide what safety protocols they want to do on their set. Listen, if they want to have a vaccine mandate on the sets, they have the right to do that. Now, with that, they should continue to allow, as they said in the return to work agreements and protocols, that they are allowed to have medical exemptions and religious exemptions as well. So, let's see what the future holds. Let's just, cross our fingers and just pray and just put great energy out there that everything will work out for the best. All right, well, that's all for today. Once again, my name's Khalid Rivera, and remember, be safe and love each other. Bye.